Okay. It is grounding time. If the game would load any fucking slower. By Joe. Question of the day. Do you care about fashion? I personally don't. I can't lie, I couldn't care less. No, I could not. Okay, so I kinda actually need that. We're gonna go with the crossbow and the regular arrows. Because I think that's probably gonna be the best combo, right? Crossbow, regular arrows. Seems like the cheapest option. It also seems like the laggiest option. Do have to love that. Okay, game, what the heck are we doing? Fuck you, you stupid bitch. Dude, if the game would just stop lagging. Holy. Eyesight is goated sometimes, and just absolute doo-doo at others. This phenomenon must be studied. It must be ammo. Well, if there aren't anymore, I can't fucking see them. Right there, let me. I'd rather half try looking for them than fully try for them. I'm gonna be real here. It's not like I need the entire hedge's worth of berries, right? Okay, game, we get it. You're laggy. You can fuck off now. I don't know why I had my combat build on. And I tried to log off. But oh well. Oh my god, have you guys seen the Google Gemini ads? They're so bad. It's not even funny. Yeah, I hear you, mosquito. Okay, I can't tell if that's one. Okay, that... there, but I don't think that's a berry. I think I'm just sped. Oh, there are some berries over there. I'm not gonna bother trying to trick shot them though, because I can just get them later. There's one right there. Wait. I thought I peeped another. Oh my god, those berries are sneaky! And they all win the bowl. That's fucked. Or not the bowl, the thingy. Oh my god, why did Ratum have to start streaming now? Ratum streamies? No! Why are there 3 mosquitoes? And why did my voice crack so bad? What are we doing, man? Fuck you. The one time I'd probably actually get time to watch Raiden streams, he just starts... Or rather, the one time I, like, wouldn't actually be able to. But, like, I could if I wasn't streaming myself. He just starts streaming! This guy! I don't know what the fuck that was. No! Stop biting my ass. I don't appreciate it. How are you? No. Go fuck yourself. Go truck yourself. Okay? Go shove yourself inside of a truck and call me then. Am I made clear? Shove yourself inside of a truck. What is that insult, man? That is just... Okay. I come up with some wild shit sometimes. Oh my god, there's another? What was I on about? Oh yeah, the AI... Yeah, the Google Gemini ads that are literal ass. Yeah, they're terrible. Basically, one of them is like a fucking AI-generated capybara with some cat springs in her hair that's supposed to represent some cursed kind of hair. I don't fucking know. They probably use Google Gemini to make the ad, which is probably why it sucks so much. Let's be real here. But yeah, it's just it's fucking strange, man. It's like, breathe in. AI summarized. Oh, it's confusing me so badly. It's giving me a stroke just trying to recreate it. It's that bad. All right. If I'm having a stroke trying to recreate it, it's bad. It's bad. Imagine having an ad so bad that people can't even recreate it because it gives them strokes. That's just terrible, man. It's actually... Spiderling. Spiderling! She infused? She's an infused girly? Move it! No! No! How did I hit? What? I fucking cockcawed all of the berry and now it fucking infected one spiderling and now I'm incapable of running. What is this bullshit? I call BS. I call absolute baking soda. No. Stop it. Get some help. Thank you. She actually took my advice. Can't name too many people who've done that. Oh yeah, that reminds me. A student in my class today, I was basically sort of going off because, like, I was either gonna have a test on Thursday, like next Thursday, or next Friday. Now, under most circumstances, I would say go along with the Thursday, right? Not this time, because it's math, and we hate math. Well, I don't, actually. But it's confusing sometimes. So, the reason we didn't want Thursday was because there would have been a substitute. And you want to know what that means? If I had a question, I would never be able to solve it. I would never be able to solve it because I can't have it reworded another way because I'm special. And not in a good way. So, I was like, okay, well, let's do it the Friday so that we can have actual intelligent organisms that can reword the question for us. And this girl, she was like, okay, we get it. What the fuck do you mean? Why are you getting pissy at me for trying to help the entire class? I'm sorry, would you rather have somebody fucking stupid answer your question? Is that what you're trying to imply you would rather? I don't get it. Like, my god. Sorry, I had the audacity to be helpful for the class. And say that we should have some actual help during the quiz. Or, sorry, the test. Which, that's the thing, it was a unit test. Unit tests in math are literal hell to deal with. They are by far the worst of any unit test, unless you're my history class, because that bitch was narcissistic. But that's the teacher's fault, not the tests. Because for some reason, if you didn't have one specific keyword in your entire essay, at the start of it, she would mark the whole thing wrong. She'd be like, oh, you didn't use this keyword at the start, the whole thing's wrong. Because, you know, that makes sense. Yeah, like, my bad for trying to ensure that we all get an equal chance of actually being able to do the quiz if we have a question. Didn't realize that that would piss you off. Some people, man. Some people. God damn. We be playing golf with this one. It's golfing time. Yeah. Okay. Let's try near. First things first, there's a berry over here. I don't know where. There's no way it's down here, right? I already got all the ones down here. I don't know. I don't know if I'm special ed or not. Oh no, I actually missed one. Okay. I got you. Oh. What? Where the... Oh my god, you sneaky... Oh my god, that is so difficult to see, but it's right there. That... Yeah, I would have never found that on my own. Never. I would have had to deliver a liver through my weenus. That's right. I would have given childbirth through my elbow to a liver. Imagine that. Imagine giving birth to a liver through your elbow. That would be wild. I can't lie. That is some next level rinky-dink shit. Only my dumbass could come up with something like that. Oh my god, yep. I was about to say, if that didn't hit, I would have had to call BS. But no, it's just perspective. Sorry. Thank you for being stupid, Nam. No. Don't you dare. Oh my god. She dared. Wait, I see it. Barry. You have to perfectly follow all of my movements. Except when I need you to. Yo, I did not just get away with that. Did not just get away with that. Yeah, I see them both. What the fuck? How you... I'm not very happy about this. This is not A-okay. Oh? If somebody has joined, hello, welcome, welcome. What? Oh, there's two of them. Oh, hello. Jesus Christ, that is a name. Beth Beast Mode. Hello. I am grinding some berries right now. Honestly, I think I probably have enough, if I'm being real. There are some wolf spiders that are stalking me, so I gotta go deal with them. I love that. Oh, I fell. Oh well. Welcome, welcome. If you have never seen Mascus mode before, allow me to introduce what it looks like. This is New Game Plus 2, just in case you were wondering. Yeah. Just having a good chill day. Yeah. Completed all the super mixtures yesterday for a third time, I think? Yeah, third time. And just for another massacre, and I missed every single hit. That's just beautiful. This is Massac's mode. So, just to give you a little insight as to what's happening here, WoW mode, of course. Creatures have 5x HP. I've got 5x fall damage scaling. And 5x food and water drain. I play this for fun because I got bored of WoW. This is also my first time ever going into New Game Plus, so I will never have a normal New Game Plus experience. Which I'm honestly fine with. What the? Yeah, what the indeed. This is what happens when you have 1,800 hours in the game. You try to break its limits. And sometimes it works a little too well. And it breaks you. That's exactly why it's called Masochist mode. Oh yeah, and to add a little bit of insult to injury, if you ever die, you have to reload to your last logout save. You're not allowed to use regulars. You just beat the Mantis yesterday? Honestly, nice. That is such a vibe. Because, like, I know you probably feel like you are absolutely nothing in comparison to me right now, but believe me, beating the Mantis your first time is a monumental achievement. I remember when I first beat the Mantis back in 1.0, she was a lot more scuffed back then. She used to crash your game because of pollen screams. But back in those days, even just getting her to half HP was like you were a god at the game. So, downing the Mantis, honestly, gotta say, congrats. Spiderlings, where are they? What the? Oh, there you are. Jesus Christ. You know, wait, once you start playing a mode like this, yeah. That's, honestly, I feel like that's how everybody gets into Grounded. They start with their friend, or, like, their friend encourages them to do it. And honestly, I kind of love that about Grounded. I honestly kind of love that. It is such a wholesome thing, if I'm being real. Yeah, since you probably haven't heard of New Game Plus yet, what New Game Plus does is New Game Plus will go ahead and add more creature health by like 20% every New Game Plus, so they would have around 40% extra health right now if this were normal. They also do a lot more damage as well, which kind of sucks, but creatures can also gain mutations, so they can just casually release Sour Staff orbs, which is honestly just the actual fucking worst. It's actually terrible. Masochist mode increases the health by 5 times on top of that. So, yeah. Honestly. Yeah. The fact it takes 2 hits to kill an aphid with an axe. That's terrible. It is. But, yeah, like, for example, just to let you have a little insight, let me damage this firefly a little. We will observe that it has lifesteal, right? We're able to see it has lifesteal. So, an example of one of the mutations I can get, if the firefly would hit me. Hit me, buddy. You might have been able to see that, you might be able to see that it's healing a little bit. It's also doing a significant amount of damage. Like, just to show you, comparison. See how much that one's doing, right? If this one could hit me again. How much less this one does by comparison. That's because this one's infused. You'll see 3 effects. All infused creatures. If I could have that one's health bar. You can see that one, it has a sort of sprinting person, a plus sword, and an HP thing, heart. That's because all infused creatures have boosted health, running speed, and attack damage, which you saw the attack damage and the HP firsthand. The speed is a bit more obvious, or sorry, a bit less obvious, but all of them will have that, and then they'll have 2 additional mutations on, or sorry, 1 additional mutation on top of that, which can be something crazy like releasing electric shocks, burning you, freezing you, or life steal, high defense. And each one of those mutation counts go up every single New Game Plus. So if you're in New Game 2, they'll have 2 of those bonus mutations. New Game 7, they'll have 7. It gets pretty wild. You'll know they're infused because they'll be all pink and shit, though. It's only stuff for, like, after you've beaten the game, though, so you're like, you have to manually do it knowing what you're going into. No surprises there. Don't be. I did this to myself. Again, I play this for fun. As again, I have 1,800 hours in this game, so I just got to the point where I'm like, okay, how can I make the game fun again? I honestly wish I could go back to the times where killing the Mantis was just the most fun thing in the world. That or killing the IBM, though. Or actually, nah. Killing your first wolf spider. That is peak. How many times have I died? I'm not going to have an exact count, because again, every time I die I have to reload, which just resets, but within the 150 days I've had, it's probably around 100 deaths. Probably. Yeah, it's probably around 100. I wanted to say less for a second, but there were a few things that gave me struggles. Oddly enough, widows were never one of them. Specifically, the things that gave me the most trouble is the New Game Plus 1 Mant, because yeah. The New Game Plus 1 Mant kind of gave me a bit of trouble because I didn't realize that you could just go ahead and use a certain strat. Essentially, he has a web attack, right? Have you fought the Mant? Little thing that you find in the last lab that you do? You'll know what I'm talking about if you've seen him. The little pets here. Yeah, so the man, you know how he has that web attack that'll be like, and then pulls you towards him? Well, that attack unleashes the infusions that I talked about earlier, including the sour orbs. And if he does that, it is literally guaranteed to kill you, and it is unblockable. So, how would you bypass that, you might ask? Well, he only uses it once, like, every 30 seconds. So what you have to do is, like, as soon as he enters half health, you have to be like, okay, let me run away. You do your web thing. Oh, I get pushed. Let me run back. Heal. And then go in for the melee attacks for 30 seconds. Rinse and repeat. It took me a little while to figure that out. So I had probably around 10 deaths to that alone, which is honestly kind of crazy. The infected broodmother on this mode, specifically New Game Plus 2, also took a while. It's a 30-minute long fight. You pretty much get one-tapped. That was... There are a few things that are actually painful in this mode. That was one of them. That was one of the painful moments. I can't lie. That was... I don't want to talk about it. Yeah. Just out of curiosity, what bosses have you killed right now? What have you done? There's one thing I like doing. I always like helping out new players. There's one thing I do always like to do. It's people leather, okay. Let me put my torch away. Itchy throat. Ah. What do I have? What do I not have? Meals. Eat. I said ow, granola bars. There is one thing me and my friend are trying to do. What is that thing? Believe me, I know virtually everything about this game. So, whatever it is, and if you want me to do it in a non-spoiler way, I can do that. I can give you non-spoiler hints as to what to do. That is what you would prefer. Nice little holiday tree. Oh my god, chocolate. It's the first time I've gotten that. We're going for an assassin build. Okay. Yep. Go figure. Good old mantis gear. Something a bit like let me pull it all out. Something a bit like this, you're thinking? Put that all back. Yeah, okay. So, for an assassin build, what you're gonna need is, of course, Scythe of Blossoms. That's gonna be your key sort of thing there. Do you have Assassin? Like, the mutation itself. Because that is going to be key to the build you're wanting to make. Bleed before New Game Plus is one of the most powerful effects you can get. Yeah, level 1? Okay. So, if you want to level that up, like, really quick, really quick, there are mites that are from here all the way to here. This whole range has a ton of mites. Like, roughly, I want to say around 70 mites. The anthill has over 200 ants in it. And the hedge has like 300 spiderlings if you break all the sacks. You only need 200 kills to level it up. Now, have you killed a widow yet? More specifically, do you have its venom? Because okay, you have not killed a widow yet. What I'm going to recommend is, do you know of any widow locations? Actually, yeah, you do. You know of the Undershed. But do you know of any other locations besides the Undershed where a widow might be found? Because if you do, what I recommend is equipping Rascal Rogue. You can get this by looting some statues within the labs. Some little figurines. You'll know you have it if you have one of these found within the first 3 labs. One near the hitch. What hitch are you talking about? Forgive my not understanding that specific term. There are 5 no, there are 4 respawning widow locations. There's one yeah, okay, the hedge. Yeah, so that one no matter, because we don't need to kill the widow. We need to find widowlings. You might be confused as to why that is, but if you have Rascal Rogue, what you can do is equip it. And then make sure to equip a low damaging weapon. A low damaging weapon. And you're just going to hit these things until you get a Black Widow Fang. It's a very rare chance, but you can get it. From there, you're going to be able to use the... Where is it? You're going to be able to use the waft emitter. And you can summon in a Widow with that waft emitter under your own terms. Just beware, wherever you summon it, it will try to destroy all the structures around. But if you've completed any mixers, you can use Garden Dog to get a free 10% damage bonus minimum, which is huge. Not to mention, you can also use Rascal Rogue on the Widow until you get its Venom. Once you get its Venom, you're going to want to dupe the Venom. It's about 1,000 science each, so it's going to take a little bit. Or you're going to want to dupe the Venom and make yourself a Widow Dagger. This will be your one-handed weapon. Once you get a Widow Dagger, you're going to upgrade it to level 5, and then you're going to duplicate it. You don't want to make more than one dagger, because that's expensive. You don't want to be killing Widows over and over again. So if you just make one dagger, and then you dupe it after it's level 5, not only are you saving a ton of resources, you're also saving yourself a ton of death and time, which is helpful. Now, the Mantis should honestly be fine enough. I'm honestly of the opinion that the Mantis is easier to kill than the Widow, assuming you're prepped properly, but that's just me. That's just me. Yeah, so basically get your hands on the Widow Dagger. As for armor, honestly, Assassin's armor probably is the best, right? Is it though? You're gonna want the Assassin's armor. Or not the Assassin's armor. You're gonna want the Widow Dagger. You are 100% gonna want the Scythe of Blossoms. This thing, if you want an Assassin's build, a Scythe of Blossoms is going to be your key damage dealer. Because if you combine it with Apex Predator, you basically go Super Saiyan speed, on top of dealing bleed damage. I know that's kind of confusing. It's a chopping damage. It's an axe that works as a dagger. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but it is what it is. So, above all else, if you're going for an assassin build, this is your key thing for the assassin build. That's what makes it work. So yeah, get your Scythe of Blossoms. The Widow Dagger can be used as your sort of damage over time Venom thing. As for armor, there are a couple of choices. Let me see here. Would you rather have just pure raw damage, bleeds, a ton of crits? Okay. The build my friend was talking about, it's Mask of the Mother Demon, Black Widow Chest, Assassin's Greaves. Okay. Yeah, that is a pretty good combo, I would say. Now, that's probably aesthetically pleasing, but do you care about aesthetics at all? Because I know, speaking from personal experience, if I'm using a piece of the Mother Demon, I can't use anything but the mask, because it visually pisses me off. But are you one that cares about aesthetics? Do you care about your build's looks? Yeah, let me show that, because YouTube was... A moderator already handled this. What do you mean? I just want to kill things faster so I don't die. Okay. Don't use the Mask of the Mother Demon. Use the chest plate of the Mother Demon. That's because you'll notice here, this has 15% resistance. This only has half that. If you want to survive more hits, this chest of the Mother Demon will literally let you tank 2 more hits per piece. So use the chest plate, right? Chest plate's really, really good. Now, he did say... Okay. The thing I'm a little bit concerned about is the Widow piece. The Assassin's part is good. That gives you more crits, and every crit will make your attacks bleed. So that's good. I would just recommend maybe switching out the Widow armor for Fire Ant armor. And what that's gonna do, the Widow armor increases your poison damage and makes you deal parry poison. Now, that's poison, not venom. Poison does sort of mid damage over time. Your damage over time is mostly going to come from your Mother Demon set, right? But what Fire Ant armor does is it gives you just a flat 20% damage bonus. Every attack you deal, 20% more damage, but it only happens like once every 10 hits, let's say. So would you rather do 20% more damage for 10 seconds every 10 hits? Or would you rather do alright damage for poison? That's essentially what it's like, what you're asking for. The Fire Ant helmet also has more defense as well. That is something to take into consideration. You can see the resistance is higher. It's your choice at the end of the day. Again, I just want to make it clear that it will give you plus poison damage, but that poison does not apply to the Mother Demon set. It only applies to something like the Spider Fang Dagger or the Widow armor. So many mushrooms. What the hell? Oh, not my dumbass failing basic jumps. Dog, let me toss ball away. While you fight it. Refreshing all these. That should be fine. Why did I do that? I literally don't need them. Oh, I actually did. Guess the Fire Ant helmet. Okay. Now, when it comes to the boots and the helmet, the boots and the helmet will have the same amount of defense. Okay? You don't have to worry about that. It's only the chest plate that gains more. So, feel free to do either boots or helmet, whichever one you find cheaper. For your mutations, these are important. You're going to want Assassin. That's going to cause a constant 120 damage every 2 seconds. 120 damage every 2 seconds is stupidly strong. For comparison, a ladybug really only has around, I want to say 500-ish health. Or something like that, maybe. I don't know. Either way, even if those numbers are exaggerated, this is stupid strong. Get this to phase 3. It's important. Your next thing, this only works with the Scythe of Blossoms, but if you use Apex Predator, instead of attacking, say, like, this speed, you'll be attacking this speed. That's a pretty good attack speed increase. As for what else you would probably like, are you good with parrying? Are you good with parrying? If you are good with parrying, use Parry Master. If you're not good with parrying, use Cardio Fan. Because what happens is every single time you parry, half of your stamina bar just gets completely replenished. That's only when you parry, though. Cardio Fan, by contrast, does not work with parries. But every time you run out of stamina, it only takes like a second to replenish. So if you're good with parrying, you can pretty much have infinite stamina with Parry Master, unless you're fighting a slow enemy. But if you're not good at parrying, this will be a good, consistent overall. So far, we have Assassin, we have Apex Predator, and either Parry Master or Cardio Fan, depending on if you're comfortable or not. Honestly, experiment with it, see what you prefer. Either or can work. Now, the next mutation you're going to want. Coup de Grace is a pretty good one. It increases your crit chance by 5%. Now, it doesn't seem like a lot, but that basically means you're critting once every 100 hits to once every 20 hits. That's a pretty big increase. I can't lie. That is a pretty fat increase. Trapper Peeper increases your crit damage by 20%, but like you need 20 gold cards for that. So it's a good mutation if you have it, but don't stress over it. Basically ignore this unless you have it. Coup de Grace is a good one though, because if you pair it with Spider Slider, which is relatively cheap, the most expensive thing here is going to be the Nectar. If you can afford this for boss fights, this will make you crit once every 10 hits. And every crit does massive bleed over time damage. So, if you can afford it, try this. Otherwise, just run Coup de Grace. As for your last mutation, honestly, run whatever the hell you want. Some good ones, Spicy Safety will reduce a bunch of enemies' attacks by 50% damage-wise, but it doesn't work on everything. The Mantis is one of the few it doesn't work on. Typically, as a general guideline, it works against spiders, and it works against creatures that are weak to smashing. That's a general guideline, if you're confused confused about what this works on. Again, this mutation will reduce the damage that you take to smashing and stabbing damage by 50%. It halves incoming damage. That's pretty good. Alternatively, Meat Shield will increase your health by a flat, like, single Milk Molar upgrade, to put into perspective. So it's also an okay alternative. Not the be-all end-all, but it can help in a pinch. Shocking Dismissal. If you can manage blocks, you don't even need to parry for this. You can literally just block with anything. Every once in a while, you'll deal a 75% damage shock, which is basically a free attack. So basically, you'll deal double damage for one attack. Again, it's somewhat uncommon, but not rare. Mom Jeans will upgrade your poison damage on top of summoning spiderlings. So you'll basically get ally spiderlings that can take the aggro off for you, and you increase your poison damage. That doesn't work for most of the stuff with the Broodmother armor. It will work for the poison coating, but everything else, it's kind of mid. But those spiderlings are really the ideal here. Another decent one you can run. Let me think here. Are there any other decent ones we can run here? Corporate Kickback. What that essentially does, if you have this, if you don't know where to get this, go to Castle Moldork. I'm not going to spoil anything more than that. Go to Castle Moldork. You should inevitably find this once you're done there. But what this mutation does is it has a 1 in 20 chance, so a 5% chance every time you block, that the amount of damage you deal is how much you heal. Basically, if I'm stuck at 1 HP, I block, oh, I got the effect. Cool, I'm back to full HP for the next few seconds. It's only a 5% chance to proc, but that can come in clutch. Now, that was a really convoluted explanation. Basically, to recap, get Assassin Tier 3. Get Apex Predator. Use one of these two. This one for parrying, this one for not. Coup de Grace can increase from a 1% chance crit to a 5%, either 1 in 100 or 1 in 20. And pick any other mutation. Other than that, you honestly pretty much got the build down pat. Oh yeah, trinkets. There is a stupidly strong trinket. It's found roughly around here, and it's called Thor's Pendant. It's just going to be found randomly on the ground, so you're going to have to search for it. But what it does is it gives you a whole stupid host of effects. What it will do is it will increase crit chance by 5%. It will increase healing. Yeah, it's arguably one of the best trinkets pre-New Game Plus. It is stupid strong. If you can use it, use it. Because that is honestly, it is just a beautiful trinket all around. Beautiful trinket all around. Yeah, that should roughly recap the build. Again, Widow Dagger, Scythe of Blossoms, wherever it is. The 3 armors. Just gotta wait for your friend to get on. Yeah, know that feeling. Wait, oh yeah, I need to craft the fusion crystals, my dumbass. 2. That can upgrade an armor piece, but do I really want to upgrade armor right now? Now, just some few more general tips. Don't underestimate smoothies. Smoothies are strong. Especially the sticky ones for buffs like Liquid Rage. This is a free 10% extra damage. This is a free 10% extra damage resistance. They're useful. Use them if you can afford them. Even if you're only using them for boss fights, that still helps. Another, you'll notice I'm using 30 bandages. That's because bandages are stupid strong. Let me demonstrate what I mean by this. Yeah, Bandages are stupid strong. So I could go over to the oak tree. Trying to get the sticky fingers trinket. Do you know where it is? Like, do you know where the thing for the sticky fingers trinket is? The node, if you will. Somewhere in the toolbox? Okay. You know where it is. Do you have access to tier 3 explosives? Probably not, right? I'm gonna assume not. That might be a deadly assumption, but oh well. No? Okay. So, tier 3 explosives, which you'll need. If I could get this orb weaver to fuck off. So, there's gonna be a chest found in the upper yard. Or Miss Orb Weaver, fuck right out of here. Shove your fangs up your ass, please. I'm not trying to fight you. And I fell. Okay. So, you're gonna need to find an item within this tire. But in order to do that, you need to get a key found here. The only problem? It's not found on the ground. It's found in the fucking wall. To give you a better visual as to where I'm talking about, without going inside of the ground, this key you're looking for is in that crack. Yeah, it's a bit of a doozy. So, essentially what you're going to need to do, this is extremely convoluted, but stay with me for a second. What you're going to need to do, make sure to bring an ant shovel with you. You need your shovel for this, because this is blocked by a thing of gum. You're going to need to go to the lawnmower. There's going to be a little cinder block. You're going to climb up that cinder block onto the lawnmower, way up onto the ladder, and you're going to run all the way over there. You're going to climb that vine, like so, make your way up, dig up the key in there. Then from there, you're going to go inside of the tire, unlock what's found inside, and that's your tier 3 explosive. That'll get you your sticky fingers. A bit convoluted, I know. Secrets in this game are a bit rinky-dink. You are welcome. Sticky fingers, that is an immensely strong trinket. Now, I was going to demonstrate, like, how strong the bandage is. Let me unequip that. Hit me, please. You are doing no damage. Okay. Hit me, please. What the might? Now, interesting thing. You know how orb weavers can envenomate you, right? They can do the damage over time. I'm gonna proc my bandage here. You'll notice that as long as I'm blocking a little, I'm able to out-heal anything she does. Right? So, whenever you take damage, just proc a bandage. That's general rule of thumb. They're cheap. Just one sap, one plant fiber, assuming you've gotten the anthill chip. The red anthill chip, I mean. But, you know how the Orb Weaver Juniors can inflict you with the venom? they can only do it with this attack. Only. They can't do it on any other attack. Which is honestly really good to know. Because it effectively means if there's one attack you don't want this thing to hit you with, it's this one. That's the envenomating attack. Every other attack will never envenomate. Ever. As soon as she does the lunge, as soon as she does the lunge, do the lunge, please. Do the lunge, please, ma'am. Right here, this one envenomates. Every time. So that's another pro tip for you. Because that honestly, that helps. Is that with every spider? No. Unfortunately, that doesn't work with every spider. Orb weavers, the adult orb weavers, will never envenomate. Ever. Now, wolf spiders do have kind of a similar principle. They will still give you quote-unquote poison, which is inaccurate because poison is ingested, venom is injected via a bite, and the wolf spider bites you, but oh well, this game isn't scientifically accurate, but it will inflict a quote-unquote poison debuff with every single attack, but it will inflict a heavy venom damage with its lunge instead. So just to give you a little comparison as to what that looks like, because again, this can be literally life-saving. That attack right there, you'll notice, not only does it cause knockback, but you'll also see that actually does considerable venom damage over time. Every other attack will just do the normal poison, which is, again, scientifically inaccurate, but you'll also notice it's still here. It lasts a really long time. It's lethal, and it lasts. Whatever you do, do not get hit by the lunge, even if it's an indirect block. Just don't get hit by the lunge. You can survive virtually any other attacks, poison or venom, whatever you want to call it. Also, here's corporate kickback in action. Notice my health would have went up. This. It's bad. It's real bad. Only now did the venom finally dissipate from that lunge that happened like over a minute ago. You'll notice here, I got bit by a normal attack that wasn't the lunge. It's doing similar damage, but it lasts nowhere near as long. And again, that happens with every other attack except the lunge. That lunge right there, that's the one that does the heavy venom. Don't get hit by it. Every other attack, regular poison, you're fine. Now let me kill this wolf spider real quick. Now you'll also notice, even when I block without a shield, I will still get affected by the damage over time. So if you're gonna block, you block with a shield. If you're not blocking with a shield, you make sure you parry. That's an infected wolfie. That will actually kill me. Okay. General rule of thumb, if it's infected, you just stay the fuck away from it. Infected wolf spiders are genuinely some of the most lethal enemies in this game. Do not fight them without a shield, because they have a triple hit combo and that will fuck you up. Now, there are a few other venom expects. When do I go live? I'm trying to go live like 7 o'clock EST, 7 p.m. EST on weekdays. On weekends, I typically go live around 7 p.m. maybe, or sorry, 7 a.m. EST. I don't know what that translates to you. Yeah, just search time zones EST. 7 p.m. is typically when I do. 7 a.m. in the morning on weekends, if you're wondering. Dry throat. Ever since I had to start school, a good half my audience just disappeared because the time zones just didn't match up. I haven't gotten used to speaking this much in a while. Not that that's a bad thing, that I am speaking a lot, but I'm just not used to it. Thank you. Oh, I got a waffle. A science waffle. That's going in the garbage. Do that. Those done? They are done. Okay. That's nice. We got some nice little treats for y'all there. I'll go ahead. Oh, that's a candy corn line. Nice. Salt's probably not healthy for y'all, so I'll go ahead and take that. Was my canteen shiny? I got the Canteen Plus. It's an upgrade of the canteen. You have to, there's a chip in the anthill right around here. It'll be flashing not at all unlike this chip right here. If you don't have it, there should be one right there. Once you get it, you can go to the science shop. Good old science shop. And there will be a few upgrades you can get. Canteen Plus would be one of them. It allows you to carry 4 things instead of just 2, which is, needless to say, pretty helpful. It allows people not playing on WoW to carry just 1 canteen instead of like 2 for their travels. People on WoW to carry 2 instead of 4, and people on Mascus mode to carry 4 instead of 8. Oh god, Mascus mode. It is a bit of a doozy, but either way, it allows you to carry twice as much water in a single canteen. Which is honestly really nice. There is also the... What the fuck did I get here? What new item did I get? Sorry, my dumbass is getting sidetracked. Oh, chocolate, of course. There's also a charcoal canteen you can make. However, every time you use it, it wastes durability. It wastes durability, which means you have to repair it using charcoal frequently. The trade-off is that you can just turn murky water into clean water, but Is it worth the risk? That's for an individual to decide. Yeah, I did want to kill some scarabs. Now, about earlier, when you asked with, is it that way with all spiders? Let me just go over the cases of which attacks envenomate with each spider. So, spiderlings, they can't envenomate. These little guys, they do so only on the lunge. Orb weavers, they never envenomate. Diving bells, they never envenomate. Wolf spiders will envenomate with every attack, but their lunge is heavy and long. Black widows will envenomate just the same with every single attack. You're getting hit for heavy venom no matter what. Widowlings will inflict you with really long-lasting venom, but the damage is weak. The broodmother will only start to hit you with venom after she has screamed her first time. She may go ahead and inflict you with venom just before she screams. It's around 25% HP that she can start. So if she's somewhere around 25% HP, make sure you block, but before then, you can just lay waste to her health bar without worrying. This gal, she only does so on lunge type attacks. So her jump, her lunge, or her ballerina twirl. Those are the only attacks that'll envenomate. Not really spiders, but I'll include them as well. Wasps of all kinds will envenomate with every single attack. It doesn't matter what they hit you with. It's the same type of damage that the Orb Reaver Juniors inflict you with their lunge, but they do it with every single attack. That's the rules for envenomation, essentially. So I guess if you just want to sum it up, if it's not a tier 3 spider, don't let yourself get... My internet did not go out. Please tell me it did not go out. Okay. I thought my internet went out. Yeah. If it's a boss, it's either dependent on health or lunges. That's your general rule of thumb. I mean, not that you would want to be getting hit by any attack anyways, but, like, if you had to choose what attack you could get hit by, that's the general rule of thumb. Now, I don't know if you know this little trick, or rather little tidbit of knowledge. It's extremely helpful, because everybody hates upgrading things. Like, okay, we don't hate upgrading things, but we hate grinding to upgrade things, right? I feel like that's a pretty universal thing. Nobody likes the grind. So, what can we do to make the grind easier? Well, we can make sure that we don't get stuck on literally nothing. And if you just go up here, what mutations do I use? It depends. I have loadouts. I would honestly recommend you do too. You can look at your loadout keybind. Either, where is it? That's the HandyNet mappings, UI mappings. It's right here. Typically it's set to T if you're on keyboard. If you're on controller, I have no idea what it is, but it's under UI mappings. You'll notice you have your there are toggle radials. There should be a mutation radial somewhere. Use controller, by the way. Yeah, I figured. Essentially, you're going to need to find your keybind, because the only way you're going to be able to use them effectively is by using this radial. Typically, I have a radial for just general traversal. I use Juicy on this loadout because Mascus mode drains your water like crazy. I wouldn't recommend this normally. I would instead change it out for something like Buff Lungs, let's say. Basically anything that can allow you to traverse fast. So these two, Natural Explorer, no-brainer. Mertine allows you to have extra oxygen and swim speed underwater. Cardio Fan just allows you to move faster, regain stamina faster. Ambassador, this one you get by taming the ant queens. It basically makes you neutral to soldiers, so the ants will only attack you if you attack them. And then Buff Lungs will increase your stamina. Parry Master is a decent alternative. Every time you parry, you get stamina. I use Juicy because my water drains. I then have like a resource harvesting loadout, which is Grassmaster. That gives you stamina every time you chop a piece of grass. It also chops grass faster. This just allows you to one-tap almost any and all rocks. That's useful. This allows you to carry 20 weed stems or grass planks, all in hero. You get it by stuffing a bunch of decorations in a cramped space, essentially. Natural Explorer, no-brainer. And Ambassador, again, passive to fire ants, that's useful. Then I have like a looting loadout / stealing loadout. I typically run Parry Master, Natural Explorer. Dissection Expert allows me to harvest more. You get that from the Brony Boy chip. You have to piss off the wasps and then sleep in order to do that. Rascal Rogue, that allows me to steal. Basically an additional sticky fingers. And then Corporate Kickback, just for life steal whenever I might need it. You could alternatively switch this out for Cardio Fan, by the way. Cardio Fan and Parry Master are interchangeable. And then I have my combat loadout. This is probably the one you were questioning about. I like to use Chopper. That's an additional 20% extra damage whenever you use an axe. Blade Master, infinite stamina with swords, plus you get 50% damage reduction. Like, as in you take 50% less. Parry Master, again, interchangeable with Cardio Fan. Natural Explorer and Corporate Kickback, again, for the lifesteal. You could alternatively switch out Corporate Kickback for something like maybe Coup de Grace. You could also change out Natural Explorer, but if you want to be using like this all the time, then I guess you can go ahead and not use it. Yeah, that's the mutation loadouts I run. This one's my typical base loadout. Gotta go, but you'll be back. Well, nice having you here. Hope you have a fun time doing whatever it is you are doing. Care, you stupid scarab. What is this mosquito? No. No. Oh, you motherfucking bitch. This mosquito. What the fuck? Bosh. Okay. Run, run, here comes the fun. Fun, fun, here comes Veronica. Come on, here comes Veronica. No more failing among our sea. Yeah. is cringe. Oh, scriptures. Nice. Can re-roll these, right? Yeah, re-roll those. Why are they always fucking kill quests? This is drunk. What? I just have no fucking filter. What about that did I just decide was inherently drunk? What the fuck? What? What the hell, man? Yep, no, it's just objectively drunk. That's all I gotta say. Obviously. No. Sorry, I tend to crash out when things don't go my way. Like every other spoiled child on this planet. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. No. Stop being gay, you stupid wasp. You are a chicken panini. What? What the actual fuck am I insults? Oh my god. Balance surface? No. Oi, what the fuck? Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know what I'm saying that for. The danger's over now. No, it is not. I spoke too soon. You panini. Stop it. Stop being so gay. Oh, this is gonna be the easiest heist of my life. No, you don't. I just want them to be aware of my presence for now. I don't want them to get pissy. I just want them to be aware. Alright? Whoa! Wait, shut the fuck up, Miss Weevil. Whoa! What is that noise anyways? Be an idiot, please. Be an idiot, please. No. You were supposed to be an idiot sandwich. Okay. Hey, you're supposed to make a noise. Hey. What the fuck? I'm devolving. This is living proof. Proof I'm devolving? This VOD. This VOD right here. This stream. Hey, let me get hangables. Let me hang the hang. Okay, give me my trusty, dusty spear. The spear is both trusty and dusty, quite literally. Trusty, dusty spear, trusty, dusty dagger. Only one of them is truly trusty and dusty, though. Can I also get my trinket? It's not the right one. You are, though. Yeah, nice, nice flea there. He's dead. Okay, Grassmaster does not work on it. Oh, interesting. Most peculiar. I don't know why. It's been a while since I've done a run around here. I'm being honest. No, they have not fixed the animation. Okay. So it's just something they gave exclusively to the infused daggers. Fucking lottery with this one. Well, I'm starting to get a little tired, so I gotta stream soon. soon, I mean when I get back to my base. Boy, oh boy, am I sleeping. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked the episode, like it. If you disliked it, dislike it. And for those of you watching the VODs, peace.